I'll sook you now, you guys. It is the Dirt Talk Nation Race Day Live. We're not only live on Facebook Live, but if you are in the stands, you will hear every word of what we got going up here in the booth. We do appreciate everybody for coming in. Tonight is free race night. That's all right. If you're not here, go ahead and get your butts in the seats and let's go. It is free race nights courtesy of our friends over at Smiley's Racing Products. And we appreciate those guys for doing that. Tom Lorenz, he was actually a guest on our show Thursday night. If you want some inside scoop information on Devil's Bowl Speedway, well, then I would highly suggest you go find our stream from Thursday night. It's got some inside information from Tom Lorenz. Then we talked to Martin Edwards, and he actually gave similar information. So if you guys want to know the future of Devil's Bowl Speedway or what possibly could be the future of Devil's Bowl Speedway, head on over to Dirt Talk Nation on Facebook, where you're watching right now. You can watch the show live right now. It is free race night, and we want to go ahead and shout out Mead Servicing Group. They threw an extra $1,500 in the purse for tonight's winnings. First, second, and third place for both the limited modifieds and the factory stocks will get an additional $250. And join me in the booth right now to my left. This is the one and only Jack Sartain, driver of the 47 modified.
What's up?
And then over here, Bryce Pritchett, the B21 factory stock. How you guys doing? You guys good? Ready for some good racing?
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm gonna do this right here for you, Bryce.
Am I too far away?
Yeah, you gotta put it close.
Am I close enough?
There
Am I good? Am I good to go?
You're good.
All right.
So, country boy, I ain't used to this technology.
So remember, we are live out here, so we just need to watch probably
Hey,
any F-bombs or anything. Look, crowd's rolling in.
Yeah, they're piling them in pretty good.
Crowd is already rolling in. We're super excited to have free race night out here at RPM Speedway. It's got 5 classes of races headed your way. Last week's factory stock winner, B21 Bryce Pritchett. How you doing, man?
Oh, man, come off of a win last week, so we're doing
Yeah,
all right.
it was a good win in the factory stocks, but I already told you I'm going to ask you about this. So you was driving the 07G.
Oh, I heard about this in the old
07G
shoot over
and
there.
the modifieds, and man, what happened? So from my vantage point up here, it seemed like you got squeezed on the back wall, and it just ripped the right tire off the car.
Yeah, I ain't naming names, but we got squeezed against the fence. He did it down the front straightaway and then again down the back straightaway. Some of these younger guys, they don't, I'm young myself, but I've been at it for quite a while. They don't respect the racetrack, in my opinion. They come off the tires and drive straight to the wall. Well, they got to remember that they're in a field of cars and there's other people around them, and I was the unlucky dog that day.
Well, I mean, the 07G car was really the unlucky dog because that wheel came off. And I think it landed in turn 4. I think it was where it finally stopped rolling, and they pulled it back onto the infield. But, man, that had to have been quite the ride because it happened over there, and then you went all the way back around the track before you stopped up against the wall. So you made a whole ass lap.
Yeah, I didn't know my tire had come off. I thought I was just flat and messed up pretty good. Obviously, I knew it was bent, and I was just trying to catch back up to express my displeasure. You know what I mean?
Oh, you were hot. You got out of the car when the record got to you. Were hot.
Bryce is always hot.
Dude, I can see you walking down the infield. You took off the top. You're tying up your fire suit. Your hands are flying. I was like, ooh, he's mad. He big mad.
Yeah, the police man, he told me we're not doing this, and I was like, well, you don't have a tore up race car over there. So.
Right. Yeah, no, that's how they always do it. Man, that's one of the things I always miss about Devil's Bowl. It's like, man, it's like you go to a fight and a race breaks out and you're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What's all the good time fun with that?
Yeah, and I got to where, man, I've learned over the years, I think it's just something that you gain with age. There's always another day, so you just kind of put it back in the back of your head. And
when's Jack gonna learn that?
When you can get a chance to get back at them, you get back at them, it'd be all right.
Oh, well, yeah, retaliation. I mean, not retaliation. I'm like Rubbins racing or whatever. That's the word, whatever the words are. Jack, man, you ran 3rd last week in the fourth. Was it 4th?
I think.
I swear.
I don't know. Maybe it was 3rd. I thought it was 4th. But
Heck, I don't know. I want to say it was it's that general vicinity.
Hey, if you don't win, it's all the same after that. That's the way I look at it.
But Jason Ingalls, he got out in front. I tell you what, anytime he gets it to the front, it's like Cody Smith, dude. He gets out to the front, he gone.
Jason's good. He's real good. He's one of my really good friends in the modified division, and he's got his stuff going good. He's going to be hard to beat. I don't think he's going to be here tonight, so we may have a chance.
Might have a chance there. And then, I always liked it when, as a Devil's Bowl, I got to memorize everybody's stuff, right? But we've had so many rainouts, so it's hard to memorize everybody's car. Thankfully, Bryce's car is incredibly unique. So I know the B21 with his Richard Petty color scheme, and it looks like what is that built out of? It looks like almost like a Pinto.
So it's supposed to be.
Or
They can
Gremlin.
build the factory stocks. We can build a completely sheet metal body, but it's got to look like a stock body. So we tried to copy the Cutlass Salon.
Nice.
And they're hard to find. You can't hardly find any two doors anymore, and we were trying to copy that. And then I was building the body, and I was like, hey, let's just leave the tailpiece off and put a real bumper on it. And then I got to thinking even more. I was like, let's just go ahead and put an 87 Camaro nose on it too while we're at it. Because everybody wants a Camaro nose, but nobody runs the old street stock Camaro nose.
Man, it's with the factory stocks, they're anything but, right?
Yep.
So now here's it. I'm going to ask the questions that other people are probably asking. So in your factory stock, is there's motor rules, tire rules, all that jazz?
Yes, sir.
Is it the most strict on the rules out of all the classes?
Not in my opinion. I think there's certain things, which I mean, here I feel like, in my opinion, a lot of people complain about tech and stuff like that. I feel like here at RPM, you get the most differentiating tech throughout the year. You know what I mean? JW is always checking something different on the car every week.
That's because JW forgot what he was checking last week. So he's just like, what? Okay, we're just going to do this.
Go to the next note. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a bunch of rules, but it's gotten to where now here lately too, with sanctioning bodies and everything else, you've got so many different people with different options. But as far as like slick tires or groove tires or this motor or that motor or these ball joints and that ball joint, it's gotten out of hand to an extent.
Now with the factory stocks, I feel like when y'all are in tech for a while. Modifieds, it's all ticky-tack crap. Yeah. It's just a little bit here, a little bit there, and you can take the whole thing with a tape measure and a magnet.
Yeah.
And so you got to make sure a whole bunch of stuff is right. Where like factory stocks, you pretty much know if we're gonna go to tech, they're gonna check my heads. They're gonna check stroke, and you're usually down there for a while working on it.
How often do y'all rebuild a motor, a race motor? How often?
Well, believe it or not, that little one in my factory stock, it's a crate motor, so you can't touch it. It's sealed up. It's got a label on it. People like to say that we've taken it apart and done a little fancy work inside, but to be honest with you, I can't afford to do that. That's why I bought that motor.
That's why I just bought it.
Man, I bought that motor in that car for $3,500 from a guy. It was used, had 7 nights on it, and I thought it was a steal of a deal. And so we went and picked up Van Alstyne, and we fell on gold. You know what I mean? That thing has been nothing but.
Well, look, you're always at the front.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of fans here at RPM Speedway. If y'all are Bryce Pritchett fans listening in the stands right now, let me know.
Down there. Oh, you got
they're all down at the other end.
Yeah, you got a bunch of them down there.
Yeah.
Because
I see Pops. I see Pops down there. He ain't got no sweet tea with him.
No, I know this.
Let's bring his cup in here.
I know this. When you're coming out of turn 4 and you're in the lead, half the stands stand up and they just start pointing.
Oh yeah.
Like half the stands. So
and the other half is like, you son of a.
Pretty much. I've seen it. Most
of them down there. So it's a bunch of I went to Crandall High School. That's where I grew up.
Oh, that's your backyard.
Yeah. So a lot of them are my buddies from high school and stuff like that. I call them the Dirt Boys.
Dirt Boys.
Yeah,
the Dirt Boys.
They didn't really ever come.
Sounds like y'all need a podcast.
Yeah,
Dirt Boys. Dirt Boys TV. I'm gonna start that. Dirt Boys.
There you go.
And I just got to hire people to do it. This.
He's already got them down there.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch
we'll just
of them.
hire them.
Yeah.
We'll call them the turn 4 rowdies, the Dirt Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this whole stroke thing's got my moving
got
around bit.
They definitely would be an R-rated podcast. That's for sure.
Dude, look on Dirt Talk Nation, you will hear much rowdy. We actually put a parental discretion advised on our show because we're constantly popping cold beers and we may or may not drop a few colorful languages. So with the modifieds, you've been racing modifieds as long as I've known you. Like, I don't think you've raced anything else. And I mean, since 2017, I've never seen you race anything but modified.
I started racing mods in 2001, and I ran a sport mod for half a season in 07. And I kind of drive them every once in a while.
Did you feel like it was too slow compared to the modified?
It just didn't feel like home. You know what I mean? It just wasn't my thing. It wasn't. I don't want to say I disliked it. It was just every night I kind of went home going, I think I want to get another modified, and so I finally did.
All right, so
stuck with it.
I know you've been asked these questions before, but for people who don't know, racing is not a cheap sport, by the way. But how much you got into that modified? Was like, so if somebody said, "Hey, I'm gonna go race modified," you'd be, first of all, no, don't just go race a modified. But secondly, it's also going to cost how much? Ballpark.
I'm kind of lucky. I got some pretty good sponsors that help me out and do stuff. So I myself don't have as much as a lot of people would, but I've been doing this since 01, so I got a lot of years leading up to that. But
I can tell.
Blackout Motorsports, the guy that builds our cars, race ready modified straight from them is $84,000. That's what the best of the best everything you can buy.
Hey Bryce, we can just go buy one of those new pickups we were talking about earlier. For that
exactly.
So you get around pretty easily. And the factory stock, like I said, anything but considerably, or is it considerably, or is it close?
Oh yeah. Man, top of the line factory stocks right now. You see them going from about 20 to 25. You see some of them up in the 28 range.
Nice.
That's a little on the extreme end, in my opinion. I just don't see paying that for something that's stock suspension. You can't do anything to it.
Can't do anything to it.
I built my car
That's
from
fair.
the ground up. Actually, believe it or not, I had a cage kit, and I had a little under $800 by the time I was done with my complete frame.
Oh wow.
And the whole car.
Nice.
And she's been a blessing to me.
So other than the class you clearly race, what is your favorite class to watch? Let's start with Jack.
Late models.
Oh yeah.
Lucas Oil late models.
100%.
Me too.
That is so fun
I'm a
to
big late
watch.
model fan.
Yeah.
I love it. Like I will find them online wherever they are, because with my Race On subscription, I'll go find wherever the late models are, and that's what I watch first.
Yeah.
I got the hot lap one night. Morgan Bagley, buddy of mine from East Texas, he's got a real deal Lucas Oil late model. He let me hot lap at Arclitex one night, and I was ready to sell everything I owned. Like I left there, and the whole drive home, I was thinking about it. Like, how can I afford one of these things?
Let's see. Which one of my kids can I sell?
Yeah, it was.
To look, like I look at my kids one time. I'm like, so look, NCAA 25 just came out, and I don't have a PS5, right? So I look at my kids who are grown, and I'm like, I would totally traffic you for a PS5. I'm just kidding, y'all. Don't freak out. That was a joke. It was a joke.
I was ready to do whatever for that late model. I'm not gonna lie. That was was so much
sold
fun.
my kids for
I
that.
think they're quite a substantial bit more than
I would imagine.
A lot.
I would imagine.
And then a $200 attire on each corner.
Oh.
So you got to get a new set every day.
Mm-mm.
Morgan told me is roughly 3 times more than a modified. That's what he told me.
Jesus, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of scratch. That's a lot more. That's a lot more sponsors.
A whole lot.
Son. If you guys are watching online, like these guys right here, this is Jack Sartain. That is Bryce Pritchett. And we're live from RPM Speedway. We're at this free race night, you guys. Free. F-R-E-E. Free race night. All taken care of by our friends at Smiley's Racing. Tom Lorenz, great people. Paid your tab. So get on in the car. Head on down here to Crandall, Texas, the RPM Speedway. You can walk right in the gate. And then when you get in the gate, you can turn left and go to the snack bar. At the snack bar, by far, hands down, greatest thing ever invented. The walking taco.
You want an honest opinion or honest truth?
Sure.
I've never had a walking taco.
Well, you need as soon as
I've
you
never
leave
had
here,
one.
Look,
Dude, it's like a national sensation now. They sell
It's
like a
phenomenal.
Dorito bag, and I'm almost
It says-
positive, like I want to swear by it that the walking taco was invented at Thunderbird Speedway, Crandall.
well, look, the first time I ever had one was here before you could ever see them. Like if you go to QT, they have them in the QT
that's what
thing
I'm saying.
now.
They got it's a whole package.
It's a
For
whole
real?
package.
Yeah.
It says walking
I did
taco.
not know
It's
this.
a Doritos.
Dorito makes a whole bag for them and
Yep.
everything now.
And you,
Damn.
and that's what they use here. And that's
Back
a
in
big
the-
bag.
OG day when I was just a wee
Just
high to a
wee high
grasshopper.
tot.
Yeah,
A wee
they
high
were
tot.
making them over there at Thunderbird Speedway, and they just cut the side off a Dorito bag, and here we went.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. I'm looking up here, but I'm looking down here at the state tower. We're going to take a quick break when we come back. Hold on. Let's check out our comments first. We got Gage Man. Hey, tell Martin Ezra. I will tell Martin you said hi, but he is not in the booth with us. Dawson Lee Grimes. Hell yeah. The B21 on the slab again tonight, says Dawson Lee Grimes. Is that one of your boys?
Yeah, that's my buddy.
That's the Dirt Boys.
That's my boys. That's my boys right there. They're all
Hopefully.
chiming in on this show. You guys are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Here's some words from our friends from East Texas Towers and Race On. He's like, I got to make sure my microphone is up here too. You guys, we're back here in the Dirt Talk Nation Race Day Live. It's our first live from the racetrack situation. We are going to experiment throughout the rest of the season. Maybe we'll do it up here. Maybe we'll do it down here where everybody can buy their cold beer and mixed drinks and their adult cocktails. There's some picnic tables out there to sit and eat on, and some bar tops out there to sit your drink on while you're waiting. So you guys go down and check that out. Also, remember, tonight is free race night. If you're just now joining the show here at Dirt Talk Nation on Facebook, if you're actually in the stands, go to Dirt Talk Nation on Facebook, like the page. We'd appreciate that. And then you can tune in every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. We have track owners and drivers and promoters from all over the country that join our show every Thursday night. And if you want the up-to-date, up-to-the-minute information on what's happening with Devil's Bowl Speedway, I will encourage you to go find our show from Thursday night. Watch it. Tom Lorenz from Smiley's Racing is up front. He actually paid your admission to come in for free tonight. So thanks to Tom Lorenz and Smiley's Racing for that. And then Martin Edwards is up third, and he addresses it as well. So if you want to know the up-to-the-minute news on Devil's Bowl Speedway, find our show from Thursday night. And we want to do, once again, thank Mead Servicing Group. They've dropped $1,500 extra dollars into the purse tonight, $250 each to first, second, and third in both limited modifieds and factory stocks. And joining me in the booth here tonight for our first race day live, it is Jack Sartain, driver of the 47 modified, and Bryce Pritchett of the B21 factory stock and formerly of the 07G modified.
No, she's back together. She's out there.
You gonna run that one tonight?
Yes, sir.
You're racing two classes. So Bobby was just like, no, I'm gonna let you race.
Oh yeah. No, he likes being a pit man. You know, that's his thing. And
so
Bobby's cool. I like Bobby. He's a good dude.
Do drivers get points or do cars get points?
Drivers
get points. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Now, you guys, first of all, let's start with you. So who are some of the people that help you get out to the track every week?
Man,
besides the Dirt Boys.
My grandpa down there, he's got a fluorescent orange shirt on. He's probably down there at the end. Man, he's probably my number one sponsor out of anybody. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be.
What do you call your grandpa?
Gramps.
Gramps?
Yep, Gramps.
Gramps on his fluorescent shirt?
Yep, he got a fluorescent shirt and hat because I told him one day, I said, man, he was yelling at me to pull off the track when I was a kid in a mini stock. And I said, I couldn't see you. He had a black shirt on. And he said, I'm done. He said, I'm done. Every weekend from since then, he wears a fluorescent orange hat and a fluorescent orange shirt so I can see him.
It's like a costume. It's like a costume cone. Yeah. So, but he's the only one?
No, like I said, my buddies, they help me. He
can't read his car from here.
Yeah, CRS Suspension, Jeffrey Abbey, man, he's been, I got his shirt on right now. He's been a ton of help, you know what I mean? Anything that I want to do or try, he never tells me no. He's just like,
I got guys.
We can build it and we can try it.
Man, it's always cool when you build that relationship with people, right? Like, 'cause I have a sponsor who, no matter what I've done, like I've promoted professional wrestling, I've worked in this, I've owned a radio station, like all the things I've ever done. I have one person, no matter what I want to do, I can call him up and say, hey, we want to try this. Are you down? And he's like, put me down.
Yep.
Every time.
That's how Jeffrey is, man. He's good as gold. Brad's transmissions, he's been doing our transmissions since I was a little kid, still does them to this day. He's out in Tyler, White House, I think. Trying to think who else is on there. Powder Coat Plus, Danny Padgett and his family Padgett. Drew Padgett and all them, and them people are good as gold too. They're always down to try anything in that powder coat booth. I got a new stock car that I'm trying to get finished up, and it's actually at Sniper right now, Sniper Speed, and he powder coated everything on it, and it's beautiful. Man, I'm trying to think. I got a ton of people. Stan Hopkins Company Drive Shaft Differential. They've been helping us since we were young. My grandma, she's hobby horse in Broadry. She does fire suits and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that. I got a fire suit I need done.
See, there you go.
There you go.
See, now look, bringing people together, sir. Bringing people together.
She does that, man. My stepdad, Rusty, he's been a ton of help, man. He does whatever. You know, he bought my race trailer that I use now. He bought it for his car originally, and when he quit, he was like, cheers. I was like, sweet, you know.
Sweet.
It's nice, you know what I mean? He's awesome. Victor, he's always done our motor work, you know. There's a ton. I mean, there's a ton of people that go into it for sure. I'm sure I'm leaving somebody out. White Horse.
We always do.
You know what I mean?
White Horse dyno and tuning.
Oh yeah, Jack been over there on that dyno a few times.
Bunch of times.
He's just
I slung a drive shaft out one day. That's why there's a dent in the floor for real. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God.
Like there's a dent in the floor because of me. What about you, Jake? I know you got plenty. You should be able to remember since 01. I mean, you've been doing it 23 years. So.
Yeah, but I ain't had the same ones that long. White Horse, Mikey helps me out. I like Mike. He's about as good as they get. He's down for anything.
Even when you dent up his floor with your drive shaft.
He didn't say nothing about it. I was shocked.
That's good people right there.
And what was bad is I was outside the car and I was looking because I was in the car the first time we did a pull and I felt the vibration and I said, I wonder what that was. So the second one, I was outside the car looking and it come out and I was standing right next to the car and I hauled ass across the shop and Mike was laughing at me. And I was like, dude, I messed your dyno up. He's, don't worry about it. And I said, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. That wasn't the response I was expecting.
Mike's good as gold, man.
Yep. And then Scott Shipley, he provides all our motor parts and puts our motors together. The one that's in the car is actually his parts, and I put it together. We were in a time crunch. Is
it gonna stay together?
Yeah, it's been in
we'll
there.
Find out.
It's been in there for a long time. She's old, but TDS suspension. He's up in Star, Idaho. Oh, Ralphie, he does all my shocks, and he's extremely smart. He used to work for Jack Roush, NASCAR team.
Nice.
So that's where I get a whole lot of my information from because he's super smart. Then obviously,
man, I can tell you that. Like if you want,
he gets out there, like way out in the tall weeds.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to tell him like, "Hey, Bubba, come back down here where the normal people are."
I don't know what like. I literally don't understand anything you just said.
Yeah, he gets deep.
Technology for sure. Talk to your shop guy.
Yeah,
them people, they know all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of people that help me out, but they do just a little bit here and there. David Leach, he usually buys me a set of tires every year. David's a great dude. I like David. Buckmeyer Kane, he usually gives me a little bit every year at the beginning of the year. Tyler Davis of Blackout Motorsports, he cuts me a decent deal on the cars, and me and him work together a lot. We're usually on the phone 2 or 3 times a week, and he's asking me, did this work, did that work? And I'm doing the same to him. What'd you do this week? What'd you learn? And you got to do that in the modified deal. It's hard to go solo. You got to have some people to bounce ideas off of.
Do you know who does go? I mean, he probably doesn't go as hard as you on sponsors, but man, your brother gets after it. He does more with less.
Yeah, no, he does.
He does more with less than a lot of, because I'll see his car, and I know it's his car because it's bright red with the 17 on it and nothing else.
Yep.
Like not a single other sticker on it. Like he gets out there and does more with less than anybody at this track, really.
Yeah, no, Bobby Graham lives down the road from him there. Bobby helps him out a lot. And but no, my brother does damn good for what he's got. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, he gets out there, man. I'll tell you, I always love it when y'all are in the same race. It's always fun.
Man, last night was a good one at Hunt. We were swapping spots left and right, and it was back and forth. It was a lot of fun.
Hilariously, I told Chase, because he works at Rocket as well, right? So I told Chase, I'm like, why have you never asked me to come work on Friday night at Hunt County? He goes, why? I said, it's literally 15 minutes from my house. It's like you got freaking Port Collin driving from Louisiana.
Yeah.
They're driving 2 hours from Louisiana to call races to drive back. I'm like, he's like, oh, I'll let him know. Yeah, you let me know. Let him know. Because
Colin I think he likes Hunt County. He said he did.
Oh, yeah. He says his favorite Texas track, and, but I mean, I appreciate you guys coming on. I can't even see the time now. What is it? 6:25. We got a few more minutes here. So I have one last question for each of you. Who's your arch nemesis on the track, Jack? Like who have you enjoyed racing over the years? Who just pushes you to be better every time you get on track with?
I don't know. There's 4 or 5 of them. I wouldn't say they're nemesis, but just guys that are good and I want to beat them.
That 88 Triple X, I guarantee that's on the list.
No, Clyde used to be. I mean, me and Clyde are good friends, but he's always so tough. And dude, at the Devil's Bowl, he's like unbeatable out there. It's crazy how good he is out there. And there for a few years, he was the same way here. It seemed like he was really hard to beat here.
Yeah, but he's a family man now, man. He's no longer a little freaky. He's just Clyde now,
No, he still wants to win. I promise. We talked about that last week. Matter of fact, we were talking about that. And it's just modified deals getting so tough. But
got any Clyde Dunn Jr. fans out here listening to the show?
I've seen some people in a few shirts.
Yeah, no, my biggest deal though is when they have these big shows and the big boys come into town, those are the ones I want to beat. I I want them to leave going, who in the hell was in that 47? That's what you want to do, you know?
They're like, that son of a effing 47.
Those are the ones you want to beat. The guys you race with weekly, you kind of want to keep them on your good side.
Well, as many times I've called the B21 as a winner in the factory stock feature this year, I think you're probably on a lot of lists that we just went over.
Yeah.
Does anybody ever give you S in the pits over?
Yeah, Marty Hicks.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. You know how it is. It's normally hearsay, you know, but most people that know me know that they can pick the phone up and call me, and I'll tell them anything that's on my car. I mean, I don't care.
Right. Come over and look at it. Come to the shop. We'll drink cold beer.
Yeah, I mean, I had a guy talking this past week. He called me up and was asking me how much I wanted to charge him to consult on his factory stock. And I was like, dude, I'll help you get it right. Like, just if you just want to talk about it over the phone, just ask me questions. I'll help you, man. Like, that ain't bother me.
See?
My deal is I don't want the racing community to die because so-and-so is out here racing and they get their butt kicked every week and they're getting lapped. That's no fun. When you're racing with people and competing, it's fun. And when you're getting lapped, they'll just be like, okay,
they'll sell their stuff
and
go on.
And when there ain't no field fillers out there, then there ain't no racing at all.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people kind of miss on this deal is the guys that are back there not doing very good, those are the most important people at the racetrack. Really, they are. We need those guys, and we need to help those guys. And hey, whether anyone down here wants to admit it or not, they were all that guy at one point in time.
Oh, yeah.
Because no one just walks out and is good at this right when you start.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you're starting out and you're not very good at it. And, you know, back in the day, a lot of the old timers would help you out and you just, you know, you progress and keep doing better and better and better. And that's what it's about, you know, helping people out.
Let's go over some of these comments and then we're going to get out of here and get to some music in the stands and getting everybody riled up and ready to go on free race night here at RPM Speedway. We got Reba Joe McFarland. She says, "You're my hero, B. Rice." Gary Harris, he's got the thumbs up here. And Gary, if y'all don't know, that is one of Blaine Murphy's grandfather. We call him Papa G. I met those guys actually drag racing slot cars.
Really?
Oddly enough.
Yeah, Blaine's big into that.
Yeah, so we go out there. Tony Rule says, "Good luck, guys." Dawson Lou Grimes, how about the interview from last weekend?
Oh, yeah, he posted an interview on, I think his dad actually shared it on Facebook. He interviewed me after the races on his cell phone.
Lance,
hey, I come out. I never get out of my car when I'm in the chute, but they were on the receiver and they said, 07G, stop. 07G, quit. Oh, Bryce. And I said, I got to go see this. So I got out and walked up. I said, I got to see what's going on.
Yeah, it was about to get crazy. My co-host, Lance Plant, he's watching floating on the freaking Guadalupe River down in New Braunfels. So
that's where I'm going here in a couple of weeks.
Yes, that's what he's doing right now. Colin Bell says, ask you about the four car battle last night. He's watching from Arclatech Speedway booth.
Good, but Race On didn't get it on video.
Oh, that was a good one.
What?
Yeah, they didn't get it on video, but I heard it was pretty good. Somebody else posted it.
David Vaughn, Gramps is the man.
Oh, yeah.
JR Lane, got to be the three ugliest guys I've ever seen on Facebook. Well, we appreciate you, but at least we're on Facebook.
Hey, if JR get up here, it'd be four of us.
That's why Junior ain't even got his picture on Facebook.
Yeah, so he's got a picture of a car or whatnot. James
That's
Barton.
a 1984 champion.
Oh, you like Taco Bell after the races?
Ooh, there's a backstory to that one.
We ain't got time for no backstories. Damn,
there's a good backstory to that one. A real good one.
Is that one of those don't eat it before a race?
Oh yeah.
No, so I get
be down there using them air conditioned bathrooms.
I get hangry like real bad.
Dude, I do me too.
And we were coming back from Tyler Rose Bowl back in the day, and James was riding with me. We stopped there in Tyler, and there's Taco Bell, and they're open till 2 a.m. It was like 1:45 ish. I pull up there. I said, "Dude, I gotta eat. I ain't ate all day. Like I'm fiending. I gotta eat." So we whip in there to eat. Pull up to the deal and no one says anything on the speaker, And I said, "Man, they're open till 2." So I pulled up to the drive-through window and I see people in there. So I reach out there and I'm beating on the window. They're peeking around, looking at me and all this stuff. And dude comes out and he like turns the lights off and try to hide. So I hollered at him. I said, "Hey, y'all are open till 2." Anyway, they were dodging me. So I throwed the truck in reverse and backed up. And I was going back over their bushes. Well, the trailer hit the drive-through sign, the one that you talk in.
Yeah.
And it knocked the damn thing over. Like it literally fell over.
Oops.
And me and James goes, "Oh my gosh." So we hauled butt out of there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Kennedy, he says, "What's up, my man? I love Kennedy. We raced with him too." And then John Woods J.R. Lane, 17-time
Yep,
champ.
17-time champ. I'm telling you.
Well, guys, I appreciate you for being on the show. We'll go with Jack and Bryce, and then we'll be live with another race day, Dirt Talk Nation Race Day Live, coming up on August 3rd. But once again, if you're watching and you're at home, you need to get here because it will cost you approximately $0 to walk in the gate.
There's a lot of people here.
Hey,
really.
man, at already
at
6:30, yeah, it's a pretty good crowd, man. We appreciate everybody for already getting out here, getting ready to go. We're gonna get some music going here in just a minute, but remember, it's Smiley's Racing free race night. Tom Lorenz and his crew making it free for everybody to come out here tonight, and then Mead Servicing Group dropping $1,500 worth of extra purse money in that I'm sure Bryce Pritchett will be chasing in his factory stock, as it will be an extra $250 for first, second, and third in factory stock and limited modifieds. If you want exclusive Devil's Bowl Speedway up to the minute news, go find our Facebook page, Dirt Talk Nation on Facebook, and then scroll back to our live show from Thursday night. Plenty of up-to-date Dirt Talk information, or Dirt Talk racing information for Devil's Bowl Speedway on the Dirt Talk Nation, if I could talk. And we'll be back once again on August 3rd right here, but join us on Thursday night for another edition of the Dirt Talk Nation.